What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shayla Ray, and welcome back. You know what day it is? It's Tuesday, and you are joining me for 2 Cent Tuesday. Y'all, we've been isolated, so you gotta grab some wine or something, pull up a chair, okay? We gotta have a discussion about the one topic I was trying to avoid at all costs, but I can't do it. I gotta talk about what's going on. So we have to talk about the coronavirus, this COVID-19, and how it is impacting us so greatly, right? So I just want to kind of share with you guys some of the things or frustrations that I've had through this process, and things that have been on my mind, and ways in which I've had to pivot or turn or change my way of thinking, because having negative thoughts is never productive. It's never positive, and it doesn't really do anything great for you. It does nothing but hurt you, honestly. So changing your mindset and finding what I like to say, the beauty in all situations is super important to me, or the lesson. That's what I always focus on. So I'm going to give you 3 things that have made me go, the first thing is, and I got to say this, y'all think that the coronavirus spreads fast. I'm going to tell you the one thing that spreads faster than that, and that is information. Okay? It is so much information coming to us from all different angles. And it almost becomes really challenging to understand, the real from the fake, the credible from the not so credible. You really have to understand your resources, because we live in a day and age now where anyone can go on and write a blog post or write an article, or go on IG and say that you can't take ibuprofen or this. And this is all inflicting more and more anxiousness on all of us, more fear. And so in these situations, you guys, I have to be 100% honest. I have had to cut it off. I'm so interested in it because it's just on every single channel. It's something that everybody's talking about. I don't care if you go to the grocery store, you feel it and you hear people talking about it, and it's in our environment. So it's really important to kind of limit where you're putting your energy, because you are what you eat. So if that's all you're consuming, then it's going to consume you. So it's really important to kind of set some boundaries for yourself and do some other things that can kind of get your mind off of the information overload per se, okay? The number 2 thing that I will say I feel has made me pretty anxious is the fact that it was all good a week ago. I hear everybody saying that, it was a couple weeks ago. We never saw this coming. And for most of us, even my parents and my grandparents, they've said, of their generation, they haven't seen anything like this. This is very, very foreign territory for all of us. And we're having to change our way of life completely. Because your girl used to be, I like to go out sometimes. I like to be out. I enjoy traveling. I enjoy that. That's a huge part of who we were, especially the millennials. We were jet setting to different countries, and this is who we became. But we are not in control. And things are going to happen. And when things happen, we have to take it seriously. Because one thing I will say is there's 2 things in this that affect all of humanity. There's no bias for it. It's no gender, sex, race, none of that. And that is health and death. It doesn't even matter your class. You can be rich. Steve Jobs was on his deathbed, and he realized that all of his worldly possessions didn't matter anymore. So our lives can change, and they will change. And one thing you can be guaranteed is life never stays the same. But we have to be grateful. We have to be grateful. There's so many things, and this is what I hate that the enemy does. He steals our joy by making us focus on the things that are wrong. Even though there might be a lot of right things. Are you still here? Are you still eating? You got a stock full of groceries. You're eating all your snacks, okay? Everybody complaining about getting fat. Well, that means you got something, okay? So be grateful. Wake up in the morning and just think of the things that you're grateful for and the blessings that we do have, because this is not the worst of the worst. I mean, is it an adjustment? Is it a change of life? Yes, but it's not that bad, you know, so change your mindset. And the third thing that I feel like has made me anxious is the uncertainty of it all, right? We really don't know a lot. We don't even know how it's transmitted. We don't know how this is going to affect our medical personnel. We don't know how long our kids are going to be out of school. We don't know how this economy is going to be impacted. And there's a lot of things that can make us anxious, and I feel it on a consistent basis. But that's when I have to pivot my mind and say, this is the time where you exercise your faith. Okay? Over the centuries and over history, there's been many of things that have happened. I remember, you know, things happening, 9/11, and, you know, all these other things that have seemed like it was the end of the world, but it wasn't. It was something that we got past, and it's something that we got through, and we learned, and we grew together. There's always beauty for ashes. There's always something better that comes out on the side of adversity, because we were living superficial. We were doing a lot of things, but guess what? Things are being a little bit more put into perspective at this point in time, right? So that's all I'm gonna say about it for right now. But I hope this helps everybody as we kind of go through the motions and as we get through this together. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know what I need you to do, y'all? Keep growing, keep sewing, and keep glowing.